let's run Penny Lane by Beatles. Penny Lane by Paul McCartney, chord progression. Analyze.
The first one I have picked, basically at random, is Penny Lane by Paul McCartney. Here's what I got. I'm going to play all these wrong in my own way, but... That is the verse. Let's see what's happening. We're starting in B, so we're in the key of B, and then we have a classic McCartney classical chord sequence 1-6-2-5-1 with the perfect cadence back onto the 1 again. All these chords are in the family of B. We've got the lovely G sharp minor, C sharp minor, so 1-6-2-5-1. However, he does then go adventurous and go from B minor to B major to B minor 7. G half diminished, and then G, that's got to be worth looking at, G to F sharp 7, which we know is going to go back to B. So let's talk about how we can do G sharp half diminished and then G. Whenever I see something this wild on a C chord chart, I can straight away think, well, what do I want that to be in a perfect world? I want it to be on this line here. I want it to be a C sharp chord. I've got no idea if I'm going down the wrong road here, but part of me would like to think that that G is a C sharp chord in disguise. Straight away I'm thinking I might be onto something, because G to C sharp is what we call a tritone, and tritone substitutions are one of the most common substitutions after the relative major and minor ones. So can we replay this putting in a C sharp major or minor? I don't know yet. Yes, but it doesn't sound as good. But we know that we're onto the right thing. I don't think it could be major. Actually, the major's not so bad. So that G is a substitution, but of course it sounds better. Second time, interesting. Second time bar here, we go into E. Now this modulation into the chorus is quite interesting, because this is not Paul McCartney's harmonic world to go from B major and then modulate to A major. A major is outside of the more family of chords from B major. This is more, I would say, probably something I'd expect from Mr. Lennon, to be honest. It's a very bright change. It goes up in the range, although that doesn't tell us much about harmony. But from here, F sharp, sounds like a kind of bright change. And I would say harmonically he doesn't really get away with it. There's no preparation to take us into A. We've seen no A chord up to that point. This isn't even an E7 chord, which we normally use, and the jump from F sharp 7 to E is unconvincing. Here it is. It's often hard with Beatles songs, or any songs that we know really well, to say that's unusual, because we've heard it so much it sounds usual. There have definitely been chord progressions and sequences and melodies and arrangements that have become more tolerable and listenable to as a result of the Beatles and other songwriters writing them, and then we get used to hearing them. So you'll have to trust me that this is really unusual. Then we go to A and we have the chorus. Now, one thing we know, because this is a McCartney song, probably with Lennon songs as well, is that he's going to take us back to B. And that he's got to do that with an F sharp 7. So we're in A. Let's find out how he does it. Again, deeply unconvincing from any rules of harmony set out in the past 350 years in the classical world, but sounds great, and we're used to hearing it and we know it. What was it again? It was from D to F sharp 7. Before I get any further, probably should have said this at the start as well. Bass lines do not really show on here. That is deliberate because we're looking at harmony, we're looking at the chords, and the bass line often will follow its own path. Especially as Paul McCartney's playing. So it's, for the purposes of this, we won't get distracted by the bass line. That's basically it. We had the verse in B, we had an unconvincing modulation into A for the chorus, and then we had another unconvincing modulation back into B. It's Penny Lane, it's a brilliant song. Who am I to say what's convincing and what's unconvincing?
The Chord Whisperer.
It's nice. The modulation from B to B to A, like that. And I just realized E. This is a G sharp. It's half step to this, so maybe this is a leading note to A. Bassline, they're connecting. So if I think this as a G sharp sus4, da 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 da. Da Very smart. It's just the same note E. Da 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 da. Very smart. Very well. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da. Da 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 very nice. Collection of each chord. Very nice.